Yeah, but I want to ask Amy, because when you came to that Celebrity Launchpad as a Titanium, when we did the cold call workshop, you had only been on a couple of shows.
Yeah, I think that's why I did it. So I did Celebrity Launchpad 1, and I did no coaching, no extra stuff, and I got 4 yeses, and I think I went on 2 shows. And I think that was February. And then I came back in October, and I did it again, and I got 7 yeses, and then I stayed for that extra week to do Titanium, because I knew if I go back to my regular life, life is busy. I got kids, I've got my business, and I needed the push, I needed the coaching, I needed the support. I never would get on the phone at home on my own and do 250 phone calls in one day. I never would have done that without you sitting there at the table saying, go make your phone calls. Did you wake up in the morning? Did you wake up this morning and do those phone calls? Because he's not awake at 5 in the morning. Well, sometimes we text at 5 in the morning, but you need somebody that's going to push you harder than you're going to push yourself.
But now you have done how many appearances?
46.
46. So how do you go from 2 to 46 in less than 2 years? And have a practice and 4 kids?
That's persistence. It's beyond I just want to do something. You set habits. So every Tuesday was when my emails went out on Tuesday mornings, and I created shortcuts to make it easy to send those. And we can talk, that's what we learn in Titanium, is how to make shortcuts, how to make this easier so you can get it done. And continuing to persist, continuing to send those emails, to find, sometimes you'll just be sitting around. I went, oh, it's Watermelon Day. Like, I got to do something for National Watermelon Day. And we created a watermelon segment about the watermelon juice that we all drink at Acapulco. Like, it was so easy because, it's already done and I know it's good. And so we create a few, health benefits for watermelon, and you get on. And I probably sent that segment to 10, 12, 15, 20, I don't know how many people. I got on Google and I started looking for watermelon days, watermelon festivals. And so I did it once with Tina, who's coming up on Watermelon Day itself. But then now I have a list of all the watermelon days for this summer and, in the fall and all that kind of stuff. So you just have to keep coming up with ideas. So even though you've done multiple segments, sometimes, yes, you can find one that's a great one and you keep doing it over and over again and you can repurpose, but then sometimes you got to come up with new stuff, just figuring it out.
Another thing also that's very helpful is if you have anything else that you really are passionate about, or that you specialize in, or that's really your thing, and it may not have to do with what your actual career is. We had a guy who was like, an IT guy, but he was a chef. And this fantastic chef, and he really actually ended up going on TV group for IT once, and as a chef, like 5 times. So let me know, because when I'm on the phone with them, they're like, oh, I really like this person, but that segment doesn't really fit for us because we're more lifestyles than this. I'm like, oh, well, what you don't know is they're doing a segment on this and this and this, or you may never have done it, but I know that you can. And all of a sudden I come out and go, okay, so you're doing a segment on this. So the more I know about you, the more I can help. Like when Sybil gets back, she has a new show, and she has things she wants to talk about. And so she's going to text me at 2 o'clock in the morning, as producers often do, to say, hey, I really like this person.
I need this kind of an expert. I need that kind of an expert. Exactly. And that's so that.
Okay,
but
Tina,
look,
do you want to do phone or Zoom? It's a quick pitch.
It's a quick pitch. I'd prefer a phone.
Okay, great.
Okay? But look, my point is this, is that this is learning a whole new language. This is entering into a whole different world. You think you've watched a lot of TV, so you know what to do. You don't know anything about TV, and you don't know how to respond to producers. Like, when Lisa Sasevich came to Celebrity Launchpad 2 or 3, and she got invited to go on the San Francisco station on June 16th. Well, what frequently is on June 16th? Father's Day. And her segment was 3 things moms should never say if they want to make more money. And she calls me up all freaked out. What am I going to do? They don't want me to do the segment about moms because it's Father's Day. And I said, well, just switch it and make it 3 things dads should never say if they want to make more money. And she said, well, I can't authentically really speak to that. And then 5 years later, after she stopped going on TV, I took her segment, 3 things moms should never say if they want to make more money, and I turned it into 5 things you should never say if you want to make more money. You being men, women, dogs, whatever. And that segment took me all the way to Fox Los Angeles. That's how I finally got on Fox Los Angeles. And I called up Lisa and I said, Lisa, I just want you to know, you stopped using that segment 5 years ago, and I started using it when I wrote my book, The Speaking Game, 7-Figure Speaker Secrets Revealed, because I felt like I had earned enough money as a speaker to be able to write a book like that, to deserve to be able to write a book like that. And I just took your segment and I modified it, and it got me on Fox LA, the big time. See? And really it comes down to you might not really get it this time. If this is your first time or even your second time, you might not really get it. But if you keep coming back to this event, we've had people come back to this event 5 times. We've had people come back to Impact, Influence, and Income 5, 6 times. This is not some bullshit syllabus like most seminars are, where they're teaching you how to run Facebook ads and throw your money away on Facebook ads, okay? This is the real game that is being played by all the biggest celebrities in the world and the top business people in the world. They're all going on TV. And they do it for a reason, because it's hard. John F. Kennedy said, we will send a man to the surface of the moon and return him safely back to the earth by the end of this decade. Not because it is easy, but because it is hard. This is a hard thing that we're trying to do. And it may not be a revelation for you the first time or even the second time, but I do promise you that if you have enough desire and you keep doing it, you too can be like Dave Nasani and have 50 plus TV appearances. Or you too could be like this doctor right here who has her own private practice and 4 children that she's raising and still be on 50 appearances. It's not easy. And doing her own live events. It is not easy, but it is worth the time and effort and investment because it's the real thing.
Can I ask something like personally for you?
Yeah.
Like your spouse. I'm sorry, I don't know if you're married or. Okay, so
Not anymore.
It's just your kids. The kids are busy.
Well, their dad is around, yeah.
Okay, I just didn't know like how that worked out, like dynamic wise. Like if you're always traveling and busy, like do your kids like? Is it like you're never home, or like I'm sure there's probably that stuff going on at home like that.
Maddie can speak to that more.
Yeah.
It depends on the week and what's going on, whether they stay with their dad or they stay with a babysitter when I'm not there.
She's also the community bus driver.
Yeah. I take everybody to school, 6 kids to school every day. I have primary custody, so my kids stay with me during the week, and then they're at their dad's most weekends, just depending on the schedule. So this week, because it's summertime, they're home. I have a babysitter that stays with them.
Okay.
I have 2. Maddie's friend, roommate, is staying
time
at
is it,
night.
Allie?
And then during the day, I have another
pushed her
babysitter
early,
that's there.
so-
So they chose to stay at my house
Well,
during the week because their dad's
39,
working,
you're
so
gonna do her
it
Right, right, right.
doesn't make sense.
I had no idea. It says 1 o'clock
I
on
spend a
my
lot of
Well,
money
that's why I
on
said
nanny
she's
babysitters.
39.
Right.
And I can now. Before, Maddie was the babysitter, and that's why she moved out.
Yeah. Just didn't know like how that works. I mean, you know, as you know, in the household, how that really works and the dynamics.
You have
of,
to
like I
figure
gotta
it
go.
out.
I gotta fly here. Like how that work, right? So.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it work? It's not easy, okay? But the hardest thing, you know, the most important things, the biggest impact things in life are not going to be easy. I'm doing a play version. I've adapted my Pulitzer-nominated memoir into a play that I'm going to be performing in Scotland at the Fringe Festival. And in between all of this, I'm rewriting and re-editing and performing and memorizing the play. I'm inventing new hours in the day to make more time to do stuff that's important. And why, I don't know. I don't know where this is even going to take me. But I do know that there are other guys like me who are top experts in the industry who have one-man shows, and it seems to be a good thing. So, you know, it's...
Get what you can get when you can get it.
Get what
Right.
you... And also, capacity is a state of mind. You will be amazed at what you can really accomplish if you're willing to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. And I'm willing.
Well, and your challenges make you strong. I had a baby in medical school. I had a baby in residency. I had 4 babysitters at one point because I was on call 3-4 nights a week, and her dad worked at nighttime. So this is nothing. This is fun. This is cake compared to what I've done over the last 25 years. Medical school is hard enough, you know, without having babies, and this is fun.
This is fun. This is definitely fun.
Time to have more fun.
Time to have more fun.